I'm going to put that on. I think we're live. Yeah, hello everybody. If you are watching this, let me know if you can hear me. Welcome to GridCon 2. This is the end of day 1. And yeah, as you can see, the convention is still going on in the background. And yeah, so day 1 is over. So this is, well, it's not over. It's what, 9:15? We are starting to close up the room at about 10:30. We'll be closing up this room at 11 o'clock tonight. AV is all fine. That's good. This is the first time I've actually used this microphone. I tried the lapel mic as a test earlier on, and it was picking up too much background noise, so I decided to go for this one. Yes, so GridCon has been very, very strange. As many of you will know, GridCon has been a huge amount of preparation and a huge amount of stress for both myself and Vicky over the last few weeks and months. There's been so many times when the convention almost didn't happen, and even going into like a couple of weeks ago with cases rising again in the UK, we were very nervous, quite uncertain about things. And even getting here yesterday, we still, and any convention organizer will tell you this, more problems to deal with when we got here. Things that we were told before that turned out not to be true, and certain other things that were agreed that then changed when we got here. There was a lot of things to do yesterday. But I'll tell you what, we had a very, very strange feeling yesterday. Once we were here, and once we'd unpacked everything and we got set up and we'd set the library up and it was all done, and we went downstairs to get something to eat in the bar area, I got this very, very strong feeling that that's it, it's over. And it hadn't even started. The convention hadn't even started. But everything in my brain was saying, that's it, it's done. And that is simply because the last few weeks have been solid preparation. I mean, 2 or 3 hours every day, then Vicky gets home, 2 or 3 hours every evening, all Saturday, all Sunday, both the weekend just gone and the weekend before. It has literally been non-stop. And then all day Monday, and then all Tuesday morning, and everything we've been doing has been building up to this. So it's only natural that once we're here and it's all set up, it actually felt, that's it, it's over, before the convention actually started. So to be honest, people have said, oh, it must be hard work running a convention. Today has been the easiest day we've had for about a week, because we've not been running around. Now, James had a question earlier on. I am going to answer some questions. So James has asked, what games have been seeing the games played so far? So I can tell you from the library bookings, but also people have brought their own games. Great Western Trail 2nd edition has been non-stop. Great Western Trail has been booked out, and then as soon as it was booked in, it was booked out again. And that's been all day. So Great Western Trail 2nd edition has been played 4 or 5 times, I think, today. Ark Nova has been played 3 times. There's a lot of ones on here. Tapestry has actually been played twice. Euthea has been played twice, maybe 3 times. Yeah, I mean, once the convention is over, we are recording every single game borrowed out of the library. Now, this doesn't cover games that people are bringing themselves. But we are going to publish this online because it's just something I like doing, you know, seeing what games are actually being booked out of the library. We're also using this to inform us what games to bring next time, because I've pretty much chosen, with the help of some people, we've got 140 games in the library. It isn't smaller than last year, it's actually bigger than last year. But if some of those games, if 20 or 30 of those games don't get booked out at all, then I might not bring them in the library next year. So just looking through the list, a lot of ones. A lot of games have just been booked out the first time. But all we've got is 1 and a bit pages. So as I say, I've seen Ark Nova being played a few times, and I've seen Great Western Trail 2nd edition being played a few times. But it's been really nice. I did a demo of On Mars this afternoon. I've helped people play Maracaibo. I look like I should be commenting on Formula 1. Yes, I could do my Murray Walker impression. Right, so any other questions that anybody has? Chris, sorry you're not here this time. Hopefully next time. Can the cuddly toys get an introduction? So we've got over my left shoulder is Arnie, the armadillo, and then over here we've got Steve the snail and Colin, the chameleon. So yeah, they've been keeping me busy. This is my demo table behind me. Andrew says hello. Vicky's not watching anymore. Vicky's busy checking the library out. She's waving. So Vicky's on duty on registration. That's just on the other side of this laptop. Alan and Charlie Paul are just looking at the library to see what they want to play. Any chance of doing a live commentary for ongoing games? Well, if you want to, I can tell you right now what is being played. Graham, Dylan, and Leanne. What are you playing? What game are you playing? Cascadia. Right, they're playing Cascadia. A game of Stardew Valley's been going on. How long has it been going on? 3 hours. Ian's playing Doom Bar, which is a solo game, which is fantastic. Furnace is being played. What's being played down there? Jonathan's trying to learn how to play Clash of Cultures from the rulebook. I can't even read that. Okay, Parade is being played. I can't remember what they're playing there. No, there's 3 people playing again. They don't even know what game they're playing. Mini Rails. Oh, yeah, they're playing Mini Rails. What else is being played? Great Western Trail 2nd Edition. Messina 1347. Luke Hector and Mark Dainty are playing... I don't know. I know what they're playing at the end. I think it's... I can't remember. I asked them, and I looked at it, and I now can't remember what they're playing. No, there's a game going on at the end. Paul Mack, Tom Fox. I walked past and I spoke to them about it, and I can't even remember what they're playing. No, there's other games being played. I can't remember. So right now, yeah. So we've got 5 rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 6 rooms at GridCon. This is the main room. This is the Crystal Suite. This can take about 70 people, 75 people. And to be honest, most of the other rooms haven't been used. Everybody today has come in and chosen to use this room. We still have lots of empty tables because this is just day 1. And this is the warm-up event. We have about... How many people have we got here? 50? 55? Number of people here? 55-ish. We've got about another 20 people arriving tomorrow. That's for the warm-up event. And then we'll have 160 on Friday. So the main event is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that's about 160 people. So it's going to be a lot busier. And if I do this broadcast from here on Friday night, then yeah, it's going to be a bit busier. Klaus has bought Great Western Trail to 2nd edition. Yeah, it basically it's been very, very popular. Monica's in the chat. Andrew's in the chat. Mark's in the chat. Was I the first GridCon? Yeah, so Mark came to GridCon before GridCon was a thing. The history of GridCon. let's talk a little bit about the history of GridCon. GridCon originally started out in about 20 or 21 years ago. And it was originally called Paul's Post-Essen Games Weekend. And when I first went to Essen, and I came back from Essen, it was either 1999 or 2000, I can never remember. And people keep telling me, and then I remember for about 5 minutes, and then I forget. But I came back from Essen with loads of new games, and I hosted a games weekend at my house about a month after. And it was called Paul's Post-Essen Games Weekend because I'm a very literal person. And basically, it was an opportunity for me to invite all my friends around who couldn't make it to Essen to play all of the new Essen games. That's when it started. Now, Paul's Post-Essen Games Weekend continued for years and years and years. And then when I moved house, we moved to Taunton in 2000 when did we move to Taunton? 2007. 2007 we moved to Taunton. We carried on Paul's Post-Essen Games Weekend. And we lived in this tiny little cottage right by this railway line. And then when we moved to where we live now in Cullompton, it continued again. Now the problem was, as time has gone on, I've got to know more and more people. I've invited more and more people. And Paul's Post-Essen Games Weekend then got actually named Runemeet. So I actually gave it an official name. I called it Runemeet, R-U-N-E Meet, just because I liked runes and whatever. And that was the name of it. And it grew and it grew and it grew. And at one point, this is going back about maybe 6-7 years ago now, there were 35 people in our house for 4 days, with 20 of them staying in the house. I basically couldn't stop inviting people round, and it got to the point where it was just too much. It was just too many people. And that's 35 people in the house. I mean, we have a big house, but 35 people was too many. And then I decided to host something called GridCon. So I kind of renamed it GridCon because I thought, gaming rules in Devon. Yeah, so I renamed Runemeet to GridCon. And Mark was at the very first GridCon. So before this GridCon 1, GridCon was actually the name of a one-off event that I renamed Runemeet into GridCon for a while. And Mark came to my house and was part of that at one time. And then, as I say, as the event that I run at my house, formerly known as Rune Meet, formerly known as Paul's Post SM Games Weekend, it just got bigger and bigger. And I thought, I'm getting older. I don't want 35 people in my house, but I've got all of these people who I'd love to invite. And somebody went, well, you know what you need to do? You need to run your own convention. And that's where GridCon actually started. And then 2 years after those initial thoughts, that's when GridCon happened. So yeah. Who's the cute little character on the table right behind me? Yeah, so we've got, I mentioned earlier on, we've got Colin, Steve, and Arnie. They are on various videos of mine. Paul Bryant from Game Story is coming down on Friday. Yeah. Paul Allwood, camera lens looks a bit dirty. Yeah, so it could be a little bit dirty. I have forgotten to bring the webcam, so I'm literally using just the built-in camera on the actual laptop itself, and it could be a little bit dirty. But yeah, we knew when we came here there was one thing that we were going to forget, and I didn't realise until about half an hour ago it was the webcam. So I have forgotten to bring the webcam. Have I had a chance to play anything? Yes. So here's what I've played today that I can remember, because I've done some demoing. I've demoed Maracaibo. I've taught people how to play Maracaibo. I've taught people how to play on Mars. I've helped out with some rules for some other games. I have a feeling I've played more than one game, but I don't think I actually have. So I've played Free Ride, which is one of Freedom and Freesa's new games. Now, I have played it solo on the channel. That is on the channel a couple of weeks ago. But today I played a 3-player game of it, and it was fantastic. Really, really good. I mean, Freedom and Freesa is a genius, and he does really clever games. And Free Ride is one of his 2 new games from this year. And it's really improved my knowledge of geography of cities of Europe. It really has. But it's a very, very clever game, and I definitely want to play it again. It's like 2 to 5 players, but I think 3 to 5 is the sweet spot. There are special rules for a 2-player game, and then the solo game is a very different game entirely. But yeah, I played that. Yeah, and that's what I played. And I don't think... I mean, I've been wanting to play Mindbug all day, but I've just not had the opportunity. It's been quite tiring. There's been a lot of teething issues with certain things that we've had to do. Right, Paul is saying he used to have a post-SM Games Weekend in Lincoln. Yes. Am I having fun? Yes. Oh, and Paul Allwood said he's never realised the ID stood for Endeavour. Yeah, so it usually says GridCon, and underneath it in yellow writing says Gaming Rules in Devon. That's what GridCon stands for. Monica says she put a parent's house for a Magic the Gathering tournament once. Yes. Cisco's going to be here Friday. Excellent. Yes, have a safe journey. Mark's got a board game idea. I play as Paul, growing his own convention over the years. Yeah. Keith saying he can't hear Luke. Yeah, Luke needs to talk up a bit. Paul is saying Free Ride is excellent. Yeah, so Free Ride, I think... I've got a really strong feeling that I've played something else today, but I don't think I have. I'll ask Vicky. Can you think of any other games that I've played today, other than the train one? I don't think I have. No, I don't think I have. And that's the problem, because I'm always sort of going around and either demoing games or helping out with rules. Sometimes I feel, if I've been sat there for an hour or an hour and a half teaching people how to play on Mars, I think, did I play that? And I'm like, no, I didn't. So yeah, Free Ride is the only game that I've played today. It's been successful. I think a lot of people, I've been asking people when they've played games, are they been enjoying them? And yeah, it's just really good to see lots of people playing lots of games that they like. Furnace, that went down really well apparently. Brian Boru from Osprey Games, I've just spoken to them about that and said, is it any good? And they said, yeah, it's really, really good. The people who've been borrowing Tapestry have really, really enjoyed Tapestry. As the Great Western Trail has been played a lot. Origins was borrowed. Macro was borrowed. Oh, Red Cathedral. Yeah, I recommended some people play Red Cathedral, and I think they did. And I think they enjoyed that. Yeah, so everybody I think has been having a great time. On the whole, there's been, as I say, a couple of teething issues that we need to sort out. But yeah, Weather Machine. Yeah, Matthew played Weather Machine. Yeah, glad you enjoyed that, Matthew. And I didn't teach that, but they'd all done all of their prep, watched all of the videos beforehand, read the rulebook beforehand, and then actually sat down to play it. Yeah. Oh, I'd be more than happy to play a game with Mage Knight. Yeah, definitely. Paul's packing his games right now. This is like, say, every year when I go to Essen, a couple of days before, well, I say not every year, because these days at Essen, I normally go on the Monday. and then I'm there on the Tuesday and the Wednesday and do a load of setup and meetings and things like that. But when I used to go to Essen just as a punter, and I used to go on the like Wednesday or Thursday, I'd be watching a live stream from Board Game Geek at Essen Spiel while I was packing my bag. And I always felt that was a little bit weird, that I'm there packing my bag to go to Essen while I am watching a live feed from Essen. And I've just recreated that right now with Paul Allwood packing his bags while watching me talking about, and you're going to be here tomorrow. I think tomorrow? Can't remember. Oh, piece of paper. Think I'm going to need you. Oh, right. Okay. So, right. Okay. So I might be needed. I'm going to disappear now. We are all done. Thank you very much for watching. I will be back tomorrow. I don't know what time. It might be around this time. It might be 10 o'clock. We'll see. I just found an opportunity tonight to do this. And yeah, I'm going to sign off now. We've got a bit longer. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Take care. I will see some of you here either tomorrow or at the weekend. And the rest of you, I'll be doing another live